Welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen, to the ACGL 2K, and it's the second time these two teams are facing off against each other. Unfortunately, one of the teams, that's Bravado, is playing with a pickup, Ollie, from, I think he plays 4, I'm not even actually sure, but this is going to be one hell of a game. Bravado versus Edgi Esports. Edgi Esports with their full line up, I would say. They looking strong. They were pushed all, and I'm quickly going to run through the path of these two teams. How did they make their way to the grand final? And starting off with Edgi Esports getting their first bye, then facing off against Apathic Esports, trioing them. Then going forth to play Asterix in round 3, trioing them. Then a difficult game against White Rabbit Gaming, a very, very good team. Possibly the team in Kohvz currently with the most grind, I would say. They grind the living hell out of the game, so it's good to see that coming forth. And then, yes, Ian beats them 3-2 to make their way to the grand final. Same with Bravado. Bravado had that first bye, then facing off against Conspiracy and throwing them. Then faced a difficult match against Vinco Gaming. I watched that game from the perspective of Lithium, and that went all the way to map 5, round 11. Bravado walked away victors 3-2 with Inferno getting a 4-man gravity slam on map 5, round 11. So a difficult one for Vinco to swallow. Then they faced off against Evo Esports that unfortunately had to forfeit this match due to a player's internet or electricity going out. That's one of the things that happens quite often in South Africa, but nevertheless, Bravado finds themselves in the grand final against Edgi Esports. They've met last weekend again, and Ian walked away with the victory there. Don't know if it's going to be the same thing, but same thing indeed as Edgi has joined me, and welcome, Edgi.
It's hard subject to talk about, but it is what it is.
You retired Call of Duty player from Portugal, right?
Indeed.
And my question to you, why retire?
Mostly medical issues. I just can't spend enough time on screen to make up for to grind and to improve.
Okay, I do understand, but coming quickly gonna bring up the maps for you guys just to see what are we facing off with. And map number 1 will be on Gridlock, and so too is map number 2. Gridlock Hardpoint, Gridlock Search and Destroy. Actually, if we look at that first Gridlock Hardpoint map, is there certain things that these teams would look after? The spawns or the hills, which is very important for you looking at Gridlock?
For Gridwalk, I want to talk players. Your Maddox players have to absolutely be beaming because they're going to be doing most of the work on the first hill and the fourth hill to make sure that the other team does not get close to the hill, as well as your ICR will need to be playing very, very disciplined in order to hold spawns on the second hill. So I'm definitely putting more emphasis on my Maddox players. I definitely want them to be shining and make sure that they're all hitting their...
Indeed so, and for the people just wondering why Edgi's voice is fading, it's due to the servers on Discord. Obviously, he's not from South Africa, so if I could change it so maybe we in between of each other, maybe Central Europe. What's close?
That might help.
Singapore. What are you closer to?
No, Singapore is much farther away from me than SA.
Is Europe closer to you?
Yes.
Okay, let's go for Central Europe and see what happens. Hopefully this works either way.
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay, well, let's try this and hopefully it goes good. Back to the maps, gridlock, hardpoint, as you've mentioned, very, very important to see what the teams do. There's search and destroy as well played on gridlock. For me, looking at those first two maps, we need both teams need to start off well. You don't need a team to run away with it at the start. It's just gonna beat down the other team and maybe lose confidence if it goes that far. But the search and destroy is gonna be the icebreaker for me. Bravado very, very good at their search and destroy. I barely seen them drop a search and destroy, but they do look strong, so we'll see what they can do there. Then we're gonna move along to a frequency control. Now, if I'm correct, I don't think Bravado has lost a control on frequency. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that is correct. So that's going to be difficult for Ian either way. And then we'll speak about the other two maps later on, because we're kicking things off right away as we jump into this gridlock hardpoint. First off, Ian versus Bravado. This is your ACGL 2K Grand Final, two of the powerhouses. And Edgi, I need some predictions, chat. I need some predictions. Who do you have
Bravado
taking this first one?
250 to 200 on this first map.
250 to 200 to Bravado. I'm giving this to the guys from Ian. Bravado has to remember they're playing with a pickup, but I'm gonna give this to Ian. 250 to 188 to the guys from EN. Chat, if you agree with either myself and Edgi, jump into it as I get these logos up there as Edgi kick it away with Kohvz.
Exactly. We have, well, just a bash for the center hill right here, the first hill, and it's all about who trades first. And just got a huge 4-piece, allows his team to break into the hill. And now, as you see, you have Waffle just holding the shower cut. He cannot do it because Inferno absolutely guns him. And what you're mainly going to see here is after these 30 seconds, you already see number 7, Kohvz, pushing up towards the yellows for a pinch. His team is still spawning at back showers, which means that they will be keeping spawns. And at this moment, he's just playing spoiler and making the other team spawn by the showers area as well.
Yeah, no, good plays from Kohvz, just building or getting towards his streak. Coming from behind the guys from Ian, picking up 2, not throwing his life away, but he might just get shot from behind as he is. But spawn is kept for Bravado. And an interesting fact of this hill at ambulance is that spawn's not really that important when it comes to ambulance hill. You can hold it from the front. You're just gonna have to be on point with your gun skill and make sure you're taking the guys out. But as you can see, Waffle, if we jump on board with him, trying to anchor at the back here, can't do that as Lithium does take him out with that sword.
Nice trade though happening from the guys at EN. They managed to control the spawns, but there's almost four people set up by Bravado on the hill, which means that they will be spawning at the 4th hill and they'll have quite a hike to get back into this one, into the 2nd hill. Now, we're seeing players 1, 5, and 2, which are Frosty, Shaaki, and Miki on the rotation already, holding showers. Let's skip over to them and see if they can get a good hold, because this game is close, right? But in this 3rd hill, if your SMGs do some work, you can absolutely hold a full 60.
Indeed, as a big kill there from Shaaki on Rahil. Gets the help from his teammate Miki there at hill. It's going to be Lithium now trying to push in from Dojo, as he does almost get taken down through the wall there. Nade coming in from Shaaki, but a good hold from Ian so far. But you can see BVD is literally flooding the front of Dojo.
Indeed, flooding Dojo and showers. It's just all about who trades best and who gets the first entry kill, and Ian did it. They now trade out the full Bravado roster, and they end up spawning at that back area, that back rock area, trying to flood again. But now here's where the magic happened. If this player number 2, Miki, blocks the spawns over on middle, Bravado will keep spawning at that back rock area, which is happening, and EN will still be spawning at the back, which is great for the rotation over on the next hill. But as we say that, the spawns still go in favor of EN, but Bravado broke into the hill, which means that they're getting these last 20 seconds. Oh my god,
Frosty, like, that's basically what Celium did earlier against Team Sween. If you guys haven't seen that go definitely check it out on Twitter, on YouTube, it's probably everywhere. But an insane play them from Frosty, just keeping Bravado out that couple of seconds, and those couple of seconds can bite you in the ass if you don't get them. As we can see, Miki is in a hill, good trades coming down. So jump on Frosty, he gets taken out by Levkov, as Levkov is now going to push into the hill, no help as he gets taken down from behind.
Huge gunfight. Huge gunfight by Kohvz, securing the spawns for his team now. You see player number 10, Levkov, just spawned right in the back, which means that Bravado will have a chance for a full 5-man break. Can they manage it though?
Yeah,
they
trades.
seem to have for now, but it's still a 2v2 for hill control. And Waffle finds the last kill, which means that for now, Ian will be holding the scrap.
Yeah, good hold from Ian. Now my next question, Edgi, is which spawns are you looking for at this mid hill again? Do you try and rotate down to ambulance, as you know that's the next hill, or how do you work this out?
Okay, in Bravado's situation, they don't have control of the hill either on this first one, and I'm definitely sending a player over towards that fish area to try and flank. Problem is, you have Miki, or you did have Miki watching it, but he and his team realize that there's actually no pinch coming. He tries to help his team, but he's the last guy there. They all get traded out, and Bravado have hill control. But the good thing is that Ian still has spawns for next, but they're losing a lot of valuable time here.
Yeah, valuable time lost as the war machine was pulled out by Lithium, only picking up one with it, but it's still in the control of Bravado. A good break from them, and a good hold as Ian's getting absolutely no points from this mid hill. And you would usually say that this mid hill is mostly contested by both teams, but as we can see, Lithium's going off. He's trying to get his score streaks. He's 265 points away from it, as this might pull away. But as I said, this map not really good for score streaks as you got that highway right above all the players.
Exactly. Now let's talk about what Bravado just did. I was saying that Ian still had spawns for next hill. In the next 10 seconds, they got a full 10-man wipe, so they wiped the other team twice, and they pushed for the spawns and they held them. Now, as we come towards the second hill, we see Frosty using Tempest. Can he get something out of it? No, because Rahil has an Annihilator, shuts him down easily. Now, Ian still has hill control, even though Bravado has spawns, which is a very good thing. It's very hard to break the hill and hold it from this side, but it seems that Ian is managing that quite well, bouncing back from their failure at the first hill.
Yeah, but yet again, if we bring up that mini-map or we just sky view, we can see 1, 2, 3 players of Bravado already set up next, as Frosty almost falls that big gunfight between Frosty and Lithium, as I jump on board with Rahil. And that's what it comes down to at the moment, is the guys from Bravado is just out-rotating the guys from Ian at the moment.
Yes, they've done that on the past 2 hills. They now have a pretty good setup towards this third hill, but can they keep it? There's a full 4, almost 5 member break coming in from Ian. Can Bravado hold this?
We'll see now. Lithium trying to get in there as quick as possible to help out his team. Shaaki unfortunately not getting the kill there, but does come in with some trades. But it is all red at the moment as Bravado's looking good. Still 30 seconds in this hill to contest, and Ian just can't afford to give them away.
Exactly. Still 20 seconds. And look at, they're still spawning in that back P4 area. Now, Scrap is going to go to EN. This is what happened in the last rotation, but for Bravado. Can EN do the reverse on them on this rotation? Look at the scoreboard, not the scoreboard, sorry. Look at the specialist cards. They have 3 specs. Maybe they should invest one here, because this last hill is very important. This is what could give them streaks.
Well, I'm gonna jump on board with Shaaki. Maybe pulls out that grenade launcher, but we don't know. As he gets Rahil, will try and turn from the back, but can't pick it up. But the big player here is Heroz at the back, and I do think Bravado must be wary to think yes, guy at the back, but no, Heroz does pick up one, and now all the attention is on Heroz from Bravado as he tries to push in, pushes right through, does pick up one, and that's a good break from Bravado and Heroz. From Ian and Heroz, sorry.
Huge patience play from Heroz, not letting himself get seen until his teammates push from the front, securing it. 20 seconds left. If they were practically even.
Oh, streaks.
Heroz with streaks now.
Yeah.
Heroz with streaks using his gravity swim. I would invest the lightning just to secure the rotation to this P1 area. We're almost hitting 200 points, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's calling in a Hellstorm, not a lightning. That's fine though. That should allow his team to push up to P1. But problem is, you still only have player number 1, Frosty. There. Does the trades do the trades going towards EN? They do for now. Can they hold this hill? This hill is super important. Now Heroz still going on a streak with a sniper's nest, calling it in, which is really effective for the first hill.
Yeah, 8-3 currently for Heroz, and he's still building on it. It's going absolutely wild. Miki pulling out his annihilator as Heroz now uses his lightning strike, as he calls it in, and Bravado or Ian's walking away with this at the moment as Levkov tries to come from behind, but big thing, Ian has turned the spawn, but player number 6 is Lithium, and he's gonna be the guy that needs to do it all for his team at the moment.
Indeed. If I'm Shaaki, I'm investing in my war machine right here, but it doesn't seem that they'll need it. They have 16 seconds left to win. As long as they watch their front, Shaaki, this is where you pull out your war machine. Just absolutely smoke them all. That's exactly what he's doing. That's fine too. Trade still coming in towards EN. Can they win this here?
Yeah, the thing is, if you haven't checked, Heroz has still not died. He's on a 12 streak. Oh my god, he's doing it all, almost getting that 14th streak there, but 13 streak for Heroz. And if you have a guy like that going off and getting those streaks, it just shows what the scoreline is. 250 over 194 or 92 for the guys from EN. And basically that's thanks to Heroz. He's got 125 seconds in hill, and he got to the streak with a 13 kill streak. Insane, Edgar.
Exactly, it's absolutely insane. It's not just that he went on this huge streak, it's that he played his score as well. The game was practically even going into that last rotation, that last first and second hills, and he allowed EN to push up to the first hill, take control of it, and it just gave themselves a bit more time, as well as him picking up the sniper's nest on, I think it was Lithium, I'm not sure, towards that gold or yellow area of the map. That just sealed the deal right there, because when you have a sniper's nest coming in on the first hill, you're practically guaranteed 30 seconds, at the very least, if you know how to hold the hill. And then after that, they just managed to push on up, flip the spawns in their favor, find one of the Bravado players at the back for the rotation to the second hill, and that's how they won the map. The game was practically tied at the start of this last rotation, but Ian just absolutely played it perfectly.
It was just an all-round better play from Ian in the second half of that order point. The first half, BVD had control of that first hill twice. They out-rotated Ian the whole time. But once you had Frosty getting that 4-piece, you had Heroz with a 13 streak and score streaks, and you had the Annihilator from Miki picking up 3, and you had the War Machine from Shaaki covering that front side of Ambulance Hill. It just made it so much easier for Ian just getting back into the game and taking it. I wouldn't say comfortably, but with a good second half, 250, 192. And I just want to jump through the guys and see what is going down. Lithium 31 and 20 with 78 seconds in hill. And if I'm looking at Bravado, they needed a bit more presence in hill. Well, if you look at Ian, Frosty only touched the hill for 11 seconds. Miki with 124 seconds. But an all-round game from Energy Esports with Levkov just going -1. He is the pickup for Bravado. Scorpio unfortunately couldn't make it. He is back, but ACGL rules mean, or just says you can't rejoin a game while it has started. But Ian gets the first map. We are going to search and destroy. We're staying at the same map. But here's the big thing for me. Can Bravado hit back on search and destroy? They've got the knowledge, Edgar. Can they can they put it out there and take a map away from Ian?
Yes, they can. It's gridlock control. I see Lithium and Kohvz all the time on their duo thing, grinding those GBs. And believe me or not, guys, this helps a lot. When you're in a 2v2 situation, and Ake said this on a video that he made in the IW season before CWL Vegas, if you practice S&D with your teammates, even if it's just one, you will have that chemistry. You will know what to do in pretty much every situation. This is the time to prove it.
Yeah.
Bravado can take this S&D. I doubt this should be their host. Yeah, it's Lithium's host. I doubt that they lose. But with the way that EN is playing, and yes, we can discount a little bit of that first map because it was on Frosty's host, EN's host. They should be able, Bravado should be able to take this S&D. They need to bounce back.
Yeah, they need to bounce back. The momentum on Ian's side. Bravado just don't need to lose their heads at the moment. Get back into this game. They've got the knowledge. They've got the strats down on Gridlock, Search and Destroy. We'll see what they can do. But Slurpee, say we had Fanboys very, very close to your prediction. Fanboys, you said 250 to 165 to the guys from Ian. Very, very close. Slurpee unfortunately got the scores wrong. He had BVD 250 over 230. Slurpee, that HP score was 250, if I can still see it. Yeah, 250, 192 for the guys from EN. And for the chat, if you want to know the map count, you can always just use the exclamation mark MC and it will throw it out for you. It's just a bit easier than asking the whole time and wondering what's going down. But that's an easy way to do it. An interesting topic I want to bring up for you guys. I do know that sometimes the lower tier teams do struggle in tournaments like this ACGL 2K, because there's always the big guns, I would call them. In this 2K, you had the Vinco, the Evo, the Origin, the BVD, the Ian,
The W.
the WRG. So there's a lot of top teams that you always face. My question to the Call of Duty community is, should there be another 2K, but obviously not call it a 2K, let's call it, or you get obviously less XP. So there's another tournament for outside the top 10 teams or outside the top 12 teams. There's another ACGL 2K. But the XP is considerably lower. Teams can play more. They get more practice. And for the guys on the top side, you're not playing the teams that you're always going to 3-0 with your monitors off. You know, that you get more practice in. So, I don't know. Get involved in the chat. What do you think about it? Tweet me saying I don't think that's a good idea or I agree, and then please give your pros and cons of that. But I do think that for the lower tier teams, we need to give them more games, and for the top tier teams, we need to give them more constant good games, always pushing their limits, and we'll see what can happen.
I agree with that absolutely. And I think that the problem with lower teams, or so-called lower teams, not beating top teams is because not their guns at all. It's just most of the time you're playing a top team, you play different. I'm not saying that you get nervous or that you get anxious, but you play different. You start going for 1v1s that you think you can win or that you don't think that you can win, and you end up losing them because you're not in an advantageous position, and then you're off respawn. You stop playing with your teammates, and that's when, let's say that you have a lead, that's when that lead disappears. That's when the other team starts getting specialists in this game. That's when you don't have a trophy to help hold the hill. That kind of thing happens a lot to lower teams. Something that you guys can easily avoid. Just communicate with your teammates. Make sure that you're all on the same page. Make sure that you know what you're doing in that situation, and not just like searching for gunfights, and you'll be doing much better. You might not win necessarily, but you'll be doing better.
Yeah, I don't know what the holdup is at the moment. We're waiting for Bravado to kick off this game, and if you're wondering why we're changing host, no neutral for this HGL 2K, as I've mentioned and tweeted on Twitter, saying I find it absolutely ridiculous that there is no, well, you can't have a maximum of 4 players in your codcaster, only 2 is allowed. So you've got your 2 codcasters, and then you have a neutral, and that's not possible because only 2 is allowed. So hopefully they can maybe add another person so we can get 3 codcasters in. That would obviously be the best thing to do. but we're switching between Frosty hosting Ian's game, so we've got Bravado, Lithium hosting Bravado's game. As we now wait for the guys to start up, get your predictions in for the search and destroy. I do think I've got Bravado on the search and destroy, but but the previous game it was Ian versus WRG map 5, and Ian walked away 6-0 against White Rabbit in that map 5. Let's see if they can do the same thing, but totally different team you're playing against. You're playing against a very good search and destroy team, Bravado, and I'm going to kick it off with Inferno. Hopefully he pulls out that sniper.
Hopefully he does for the B-bomb side, but in this map we see actually a lot of different plays. But over on the A-bomb side, you have pretty much the same play every time. You just flood showers, try and get a pick off of the person that goes to the tree near that A-bomb, and you just play your numbers and you trade. That doesn't seem to be what Bravado is doing. Bravado's just straight up going for the B-bomb site, leaving player number 2, Rahil, to watch the flank. They do start to get control of this bomb site. As the players from Ian are a bit backed up. Heroz gets backed up again. This is a good time to put bomb down, but it seems like Bravado is just searching for kills at the moment, trying to find a pick before they do get this bomb down. Levkov gets a kill, gets traded. Miki finds one as well on Kohvz. Frosty finds 1 kill on the pinch and 2, and Shaaki finds the 2nd kill of this round. And it's just a very good break by Ian, but whoever watched the flank for Bravado there got unlucky with their timing.
Yeah, it was a good flank for from one of the Ian players. It just caught the attention of that one player that's going to die here right now. Just trying to fall back and help his teammate at the back there, turning his back, and unfortunately Shaaki had great timing, shooting him from behind as that first round goes to Energy Esports. Let's see what Bravado Rahil can do with his loadout. Maddox with the Elo side, 2 quick draws and a stock.
Indeed, and well, Inferno's already kicked it off with the first blood due to his trusty paladin. It seems like all the pressure is going to be on the B-bomb side. It's been like that for the past 10 seconds of this round. Ian now struggling, trying to find a pick. They're still holding the B-bomb side basically, but can they find that pick that allows them to get bombed down?
If you were Ian right now, Edgi, wouldn't you say, okay guys, let's rotate back to A-bomb and maybe give this up? Because you can see Bravado's all set up.
Yes, I would either say rotate or just play farther away, try to find a pick, or maybe even fake it out. Just pretend that you're going to A, one of you stays in fish or in sushi, play the pick, get the pick, and then go back to B. But, well, Ian decided not to do any of those. They decided to stay by the truck over at the B-bomb site, trying to get a pick. They could not, and it is now 1v4 for Shaaki, with 15 seconds left.
Yeah, I think
he's just trying to play his life.
Yeah, he's trying to play his life. You can see Bravado's on the hunt. He does pick up Levkov. Now he's gonna have to run for his life for the next 5 seconds as he sees Rahil, gets him as well, as he's trying to build. And good plays from Shaaki. Overly eager from Bravado, I would say, but now Shaaki 5 streak and closer to streaks.
Yes, he was 450 to a lightning before the round ended, and with these 2 kills he gets 250. That might spell out trouble for Bravado later if Shaaki can stay alive on this defensive round. Let's see if he can, because these streaks, it might be gridlock, but these streaks on the A-bomb side and B can just stop points and break setups easily.
Yeah, and it helps him closer to his specialist, as we can see him running this the Sork with a double stock, grip and a quick draw. A trophy goes down, but it looks like Bravado is really playing passively at mid with 3 players there. Do you think player number 6, if we jump on board with Miki Latib, as he is just watching for no one to push mid, as Bravado is just holding back forever.
Going now for a bit of a shower push, 3 people, it's a 3v3. Well, Frosty goes down first. Miki does trade him out. Can Can EN hold this bomb site? It seems like they will. They have man advantage. It's a 3v2. Now a 2v2 on the bomb site. Can they hold? Shaaki just got killed off of streaks too. It is now full bomb control for Bravado. They should be putting this bomb down in a 3v3 situation. Well, it just seems like EN is just going to hold the A bomb site for now. Seeing if they can find a pick. Miki does find
kills.
one on Levkov. I have no idea how he got that kill, but on one card, everything can happen. Can he find a second? Yes, he does. Helped by his teammate, and now
Miki picking up literally everyone as he's in the same position Shaaki was just before this round, on the streaks and closer to his annihilator. But good plays from Miki, blue plays from Ian, just baiting out, getting those kills as he just snaps on Levkov there. As he spots Inferno crossing and he gets that one as well.
He got 4 kills this round if I'm not mistaken. He traded, he got Rahil to trade out his teammate Frosty, and then he got this 3-piece. I think. He should be very close to streaks.
Yeah, I think we stick on board with him. He's 6-1. At this point, you're literally calling out to your teammates, bait for me, bait for me, bait for me, let me get those streaks. Let's make it easier for us as we can see Bravado stacking mid with 2 plays. Play number 3 and 2, that's Rahil and Kohvz. Frosty getting that first blood yet again. And that's the positive thing for Ian at the moment, getting those first bloods. And it looks like Miki has an open bomb to go plant.
There we go. If I'm Bravado, those 2 players that were in mid, Rahil and Kohvz, as soon as they saw that there was nobody on overpass, either top or bottom, they would have just straight up flanked. Because you can flank the A-bomb site through mid-cut incredibly quickly.
Oh,
well, EN at full man advantage. They have a 5v4 in their favor, and they just pick up the remaining 4 kills without even dropping a player.
Yeah, no, it was good plays from Ian. And it just comes down for me at the moment is Bravado and getting their trades in. We saw it was Kohvz trying the flank, but he literally had no one to back him up if he did die. So something that Bravado obviously will be looking at, getting those trades in. Yes, they're playing with 1 pickup, but they do need to look into that, getting those trades in, getting those sneaky flanks. Even if you do flank, get those trades in. And Miki, 7-1, is literally assist away from getting his streaks.
This is a full 4. This is a full A action for Bravado. Can they have numbers here. They should be able to take this, but well, it's a 4v4 situation now. We're still staying on Miki to see if he does pick up his streaks. I'll just back off. Just back off, Miki, please. Give them bomb site control if they need it. Just wait for your assist, for your lightning, and just, I don't know, break the bomb site back that way. You're up 3-1. Bravado does plant bomb. Look at the pinch from player number 7, Heroz. Trying to find a pick. Levkov does find Waffle. No,
Miki falling.
Gunned off streaks.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Good. Yeah, it was an extremely good hold from Bravado, denying yet again Energy Esports to get their streaks. But that's exactly how you play your search and destroy. Make sure you're not over eager to push everything. Get the bomb down, and that was a very good round from Bravado.
That would have been a 4v4 retake from EN, but even if they lost it, I would honestly just have it. If I'm Miki, I'm just having a teammate bait for me. Let me pick up an assist even. Just give me that lightning strike. Let me play my life. I was up 3-1. We could have just gotten streaks, lost a round, that's fine, but we had huge kill on Kohvz with the sniper rifle right there. That's going to give them B control full. Now, 5v4 situation. Can EN hold this? Lithium does find a pick on Frosty though. 4v4. Bomb's going down by Miki, I think. Yes, it. And now all is back off. They do find a pick on Levkov. Can they win this round? Oh no. No. This is getting shaky here. 2v2. 30 seconds on the clock. Can Bravado find these last 2 players and defuse? Nice team play coming in from Lithium and Rahil. It is now a 2v1, a 1v2 actually, for Shaaki. Can he quest this? Bomb is down. He can't see the bomb. With the war machine, will we be able to find both of them? He just needs to find just one. Just play it.
And yeah, it was just smart plays from Bravado. They knew Shaaki had his war machine, and Lithium did have his his flak jacket on, so a great play from Bravado, reading the specialists, and that's another thing you need to do in Black Ops 4. You can't just run
Indeed.
into a gunfight and not knowing what specialist the other team has. But great reads from Bravado.
Indeed. Lithium is now one off streaks, one off a lightning strike. He does have his war machine. I could honestly see them going A and bomb control. But the way that EN played this last round has left a bit of a sour taste in my mouth.
Oh,
But it
are they
seems
ending?
to me like they are ending the
Oh,
game. They
okay,
might
yeah.
have had the 4-round glitch. They might have had the 4-round glitch, which means that specialist progression is now going to be at 0. Streaks are
Oh.
also going to be at 0.
I wonder.
This round was a huge game. But talking about this last round, net dropped from, I'm seeing a net dropped comment from Kohvz on the chat.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Talking about this last round, if you're EN and you have the bomb planted towards that 18-wheeler, why do you still push up alley? Or
Yeah.
why do you stay push? It just, in my opinion, it just doesn't. Especially when you have a war machine, just let them get on bomb. Use the war machine. Absolutely need to. You didn't even need to because they had first blood. EN had first. Just go back. Shoulder peek. Coordinate with your ICR at 18-wheeler. Make sure that they cannot get the bomb defused, and you win the round that way. You don't need to drop more play.
Yeah, no, I do know what you mean. Guys, I am reading your comments in chat saying it does buffer, or I'm trying to fix that for you for my reason of speaking. So little I can see, stream is jittering. I'm lowering the bitrate for you guys. If it still happens, please let me know. I did lower it. If it still happens, let me know in the chat. If it does, I'll just change it yet again. But Edgi, if I'm right now, it is 3 rounds apiece.
Indeed. 3 rounds apiece. With no specialist progression or streak progression now, it's all even. It's just like we're restarting the map.
Indeed, so.
With the way that EN has been playing the last 2 rounds, I'm afraid that they're a bit tilted. I hope they're not, but I'm afraid that they're a bit tilted. Because they could have 6-0'd Bravado. I genuinely believe that. They could have 6-0'd Bravado on these last 6 rounds that we've just seen.
Yeah, I do understand. But now we kick things off with Rahil. They are the attacking team. Let's see what he can do. He's running that Maddox Elo side double quick draw and stock. As they push a hard B, and it is Waffle backing out, giving the call out to his team. And this is going to be one hell of a retake for Ian.
Yes, still a 5v5. Ian is just pulling it carefully, letting Lithium plant the bomb. Rahil found the pick on Frosty over at that yellow area. And look at what they're doing now. Players 1 and 2 just backing off, letting player number 4 being top on his own, just watching the bomb. This is perfect S&D from Bravado. Stick the plant, don't push up too much. Don't know why Kohvz went to challenge that. That's now a 4v4 with 30 seconds left though. Perfect play from Bravado at the moment. They can see bomb, they can watch all the angles, just don't over peek and you'll be fine.
Oh, I think Shaaki was trying to stretch that, or it's Miki's on bomb. He's trying to stretch it, and
yep,
he does get it. And basically that all started with Kohvz throwing away his life, pushing up, and it's not something he needed to do, as you mentioned, Edgar.
Again, I don't get it. You have man advantage. You have bomb down. It's 35 seconds until the bomb detonates. Just shoulder peek. Lithium had his nade at the end. You could have just naded the bomb. Make sure that nobody was on bomb at 15 seconds there. Like, that's a round that you don't want to throw away. You have bomb planted. You have numbers. Just play safe. Yeah. Not what they did. Now for a full A offense, this is what I love to see sometimes. It's not very good tactically, but oh well.
Yeah,
Full A offense on the from ES party, putting bomb down. 5v5 retake. Can Bravado break into this?
Yeah, player number 3 is going to be the huge guy again. Shaaki picking up one. Frosty still watching that back. Player number 3 has given it up as he backs down to his teammates. And it's currently a 3v2. Make that a 2v2 as Frosty does pick up one. And they both know where Rahil is. But do they know? Oh, he does get the kill in. Frosty with 2 there. Miki and Frosty working together to get that round win there. And if I'm correct now, Ian has taken the search and destroy.
No, 5-3.
Oh, is it 5-3? Sorry. For those people that have just joined, we did restart the search and destroy with both teams being on 3 each. And it's now 5-3 to the guys from Energy Esports. 1 round away from taking this search and destroy. And if you're Bravado, you're trying to hit back with all your might, taking the search and destroy. They can still do it. They've got the quality of players. Let's see if they can deliver with Inferno, still with that sniper in hand.
Exactly, going for another B offensive. The difference is that this time Kohvz is going to pinch towards that yellow area. They do back off EN from a bomb site. Yet again, Kohvz is looking for a first blood, but he will get first blooded himself, meaning that Bravado will probably opt to not push this, or maybe well, they don't care about what I'm saying. They're just pushing it. In a down 4v5, Levkov does find one on Waffle. Inferno finds one. Wow, that's a huge kill. That just gives them B control. Yeah, look at players 9 and 7 on your minimap though.
Yeah, look at Ian working together. That is Miki and Frosty working together, trying to get that kill, but Rahil reads them like a book as Frosty is not even getting a shot in. Rahil's evading him the whole time. Rahil coming up huge for his team. It's a 1v3 now. Heroz against Inferno, Rahil and Levkov. And if you're just listening to those names, you know how difficult this is going to be to do as Heroz tries to back out. And yeah, a very, very difficult position for him.
Yes, a very difficult position for him. Misplay out of EN in general. They had numbers again. They had numbers. They had B control. They decided to. I guess what I saw was just people challenging one by one, and a huge play out of the Bravado squad for isolating the guy on yellow, making him peek out and killing him with the sniper. That gave them B control back and allowed them to plant the bomb.
Yeah, I'm looking at specialists now. No one close to their specialist. Levkov, the one closest to it, but looks like another A push from Energy Esports. But player number 3 is Rahil. He's going to be checking that mid areas. Player number 7 and 10 bomb carrier is Shaaki. We'll see what they can do. Big round for Bravado to keep themselves into it. And a 1 round for Ian to close us out in the search and destroy. As Frosty will be pushing up. Almost gets Rahil there. But good reaction time for Rahil, just backing out. And it looks like Shaaki, if I jump on board with him, still just hovering around at mid, waiting for someone to peek.
Yes, Ian is just playing slow, seeing if they can find a pick. Shaaki just got his nade. Inferno, well, gets a pick on Waffle because they decided to push up towards showers. Miki trades on Inferno, which leads to being a 4v4 round. And there's still pressure around mid. Player number 2 is going to be crucial. Can he get the kill on Miki? Miki knows that he's there. Nice team play out of EN, but Lithium does get picked. He does get stunned, traded. 3v3 now. Can EN take this to win this map and be up 2-0 in the series? 13 seconds left.
Yeah, Miki now on bomb, getting the bomb down. Frosty getting a crucial kill. If I jump on board with Frosty, he gets a second. It's all up to Kohvz now to extend this game in search and destroy. 1v3. It's gonna be very difficult. Frosty and Miki and Heroz against only the one of Kohvz, as Kohvz runs against the wall trying to get out there, but this looks like it's gonna be Ian's game.
Indeed, and it just is. They just I don't know how they won that 4v4. Maybe it was because player number from Bravado was just staying at the B site, thinking that there might be some pressure there, because they had a player at B before. Ian had a player at B before, and that's probably why he stayed there. In the end, it's like Bravado pushes up showers, they find the pick, and then they push up or they hold Mini, which ends up in them getting traded back to a 3v3, which is, well, the stun worked in Ian's favor, obviously, right? But if I'm Bravado, I'm getting that pick and I'm just instantly backing down towards the shower and pill of their side of the map. I'm not staying in Mini. I'm not staying pushed up on Ian's side of the map, especially because, look, they were about to lose. This could have been last round, which it was. And in that situation, you have a pick, play your numbers, play your trades, play the most basic S&D that you can, almost like you're playing jetpacks, and just you win the round simply because you have guns up.
Yeah, and another thing to look at, Bravado losing the search and destroy on their host, and now they're swapping back to Frosty's host from Ian, so another uphill battle for them. Going to this next map played on frequency control, and as I mentioned in the start of this map, or this match, Bravado, a very, very good control team on frequency. Ian's gonna have to bring their A game, getting these close quarters, and I'm definitely looking at the sorgs on the close quarter gunfights. If people can get their hit or their shot punch in, it's gonna play a big role. That's something I struggle with every single game. Shoot punching, I don't know how they do it. The kids are on crack. I know Shaaki is insane. I don't know how he does it. And a lot of people, I know Kohvz very good at it. Lithium very good at it. So this is going to be a very close control. Get your predictions into the chat. But I'm calling this to be finished on control. Yes, Bravado is very strong on control. But keep in mind they're playing with a pickup of Levkov. It's not their full team. So yeah. I'm going to give this to Energy Esports in a 3-0. Well, not on control, but in a 3-0 series count. But I do think it's going to go the distance with control.
I have a feeling that Bravado's winning this map, even though it's on Ian's host.
Bold prediction. Bold prediction as I just opened the Twitch tab, seeing we surpassed 50 viewers. So welcome to everyone that have just joined. You've missed two great maps. First map went to Energy Esports. As you can see, they played on Gridlock. They won it 250 to 192. And then you just saw the search and destroy. It was 3-3. Game had to restart for some glitch. And Ian then took it 6-4. A good search and destroy. But now we're going to that control played on frequency. It's going to be one hell of a control. And as I mentioned, we're looking at the Sorgs players. Sorg player from Ian, Shaaki, big role for him to play. And the guy from Bravado is the captain himself, Lithium. He's going to need to dictate this control map. And a topic I brought up earlier for you guys is, if you did not hear Josh raise in the chat, given his opinion to it, basically what I was talking about is ACGL running two different 2Ks. The first 2K for your top 12 teams, it's basically just teams, the best team playing the best teams on and on, where the current format is you playing people first round that might not be your caliber, and it's not practice for you, you know, you're just blowing through it. And the other hand, for the lower tier teams outside the top 12, having their own 2K, but obviously with lower XP, and basically fighting the same cause there, where they can play strength through strength and practice that way. If they come across the big guns, it is very difficult. But do you agree with me? Don't you agree? Ray says gives a better chance to lower tier teams, 100%. However, they need to run extensive qualifiers to make sure that they separate the teams correctly. That's indeed so. But we're jumping off with this frequency control. And Edgar, we're going to kick it off with the captain from Energy Esports, Carl Frosty.
Frosty, can he find more than one? No, he gets taken off. As soon as find two, though, Kohvz with the last kill on the point, meaning that, well, Bravado will have the full A side for now, and you already see him pushing up. Meanwhile, EN is going towards that B side. Kohvz is in a prime position to find more kills and just spawn kill, honestly, but he does go back to B to help his teammate. They find the kills there once again. This is not looking good for EN from the start.
Yeah, no, guns blazing for Ian at the moment. 4-1 for Rahil. Make that 5-1. He's trying to prove a point, almost getting Miki there as well. But they could start from Bravado as they have a 4-man advantage and they need to make that count. Don't lose track now as Miki gets a Blixum in there on Levkov. But flawless Waffle, 0-2, bad start. He needs to pick it up.
Way into A. They almost have the second tick. Will they get it before? Yes, Rahil gets there. Yes, they do. Second tick means that you don't have to pay as much attention to A now. You can just go to B, but it seems like EN is just going to try and force themselves over towards that A side to try and just get that last tick over to see if they can just focus on B after that. They're just playing a little bit too separate right now. You just see Bravado just getting the kills that they need to get, keeping them away from sites. Even though you have player number 4, Waffle, on the B side, he does get taken down by Lithium. And, well, if EN does not take this A side like now, they will lose this. They will lose this round. But as I say that, they get all the kills that they need to get the last tick. Bravado's focusing on B, and so remember, lives are still in Bravado's favor, but just by 2, so that's not actually that much of a difference. It will all come down to these trades happening in the next 20 seconds. Kohvz falls off the map. He does pick up 1 though, so he's forgiven.
Yeah, well, looks like Frosty is on the hunt for Inferno as he now gives away his position. And I think Frosty will be taken down here. All 4 or 3 left now for Ian. 3v10, and this is basically over, Edgar.
Yep, it is basically over. Just talking about this round, what EN did wrong and what they should try and work on is after they got their first wave down, like they pushed A, they lost all their people, they had to go back on the respawn, right? Kohvz made the right play. He just made an excellent play there, which was to push towards that second hill to stop. Now, what do you do in that situation is you come out of the spot. You help your teammates push towards mid, try and get a few kills, and then you go towards those sites. Because if you have 0 map control, you'll just have Maddoxes pre-aiming at you, and you won't be able to go anywhere.
Indeed, so this is Ian's time now to hit back. And we can see it's an all B push for Bravado as I jump on board with Waffle. That's going to be bombarded by the Bravado guys. And it gives the call out to his teammates now coming over. But he's going to be taken out. And that's a 4-man clean for Bravado as they capture the first tick at B. And this might be a bit difficult to break.
Indeed, they might be getting 2 ticks before the EN players even get there. This set of trades will, yep, they just got the second tick at B. They will get the third now because they're just picking up every kill imaginable. And look at player number 8 now, Rahil, trying to push up into their bottom mid. This time EN is aware of it and they do trade him out. But with the 8 side being the only one that needs to be captured and the lives in favor of Bravado, EN needs to pull out a miracle right here, right now. They need to get a wave of kill.
Yeah, and it starts off with Waffle taking out Inferno, almost jumping off the map there. But this is going to be one insane hold for Ian now to go, or not to go down 2-0 in this control. As I mentioned, Bravado's control very, very strong. But player number 7, Levkov, is coming in with the strat, but he's going to be read by Waffle as he checks the back and stops the streaks. So good read from Waffle and Ian.
Generally good play now. Defending towards the A bomb side, being aware of who's flanking, who's not, getting those middle cut. This is what EN needs to be doing, and they're doing it perfect right now. But they still need to hold. They have a live disadvantage. They they still need to pull out a miracle, in my opinion.
Streaks, oh my goodness. Waffle probably screaming out, bait for me, unfortunately didn't happen as he dies off his spawn, or off his streaks, but Heroz getting a big 2-piece there. And the trophy helping him as well, just stopping that. I don't know who Heroz was shooting there, but he gets the Blixum in, almost getting another one. Ian doing a good job holding this, as it's still a 4-man advantage for the guys from Bravado.
And if I'm Rahil and I get my Annihilator, Crash comes in for Ian, by the way. If I'm Rahil and I get a few kills here, I get my Annihilator. I still wouldn't use use it this round. But now Ian just absolutely well
and you can see they're pushing up. They're in the faces of Bravado. They want this game to finish as quick as possible in their face. Shaaki getting the kill. They're coming behind one of the players. Unfortunately can't kill the rest. But last lives for Bravado. Snapper there on Waffle taking out Kohvz. And I think this might be the control to Ian, bringing it to 1 apiece. You can see Rahil jumping down there. Waffle gets taken out. It's not over yet. 5v4. Don't throw away your lives. You're gonna definitely bite yourself if you throw this away. But
if I'm BVD, forget what I just said. Just use the Annihilator. Just use it. You just secure it to OED. He cannot use it. He just gets taken out by Heroz. It is now a 3v5 in favor of VN. 2v5 now. Shaaki and Heroz find the last 2 kills, and very nice defensive play out. Again, control. Forget about lives. All you need is 1 wave, and you can win. You can win a round actually. And Ian, they got 1 wave at A. They just eliminated all 5 players from Bravado, pushed up into their base, and that round was practically over from there. All they had to do was trade.
Ian making it look shaky there at the end. Almost Bravado almost pulling that one out of the bag to get that 2-0 advantage, but it's 1 apiece now. And for me, the one that takes this next round is probably going to take this control, as you will be having momentum going into that next one. But I'm looking at Kohvz, as he has those streaks to work with. Heroz picking up 2 with his gravity slam. That's 4 down, 5 down for Bravado, and that's a clean sweep. And now you'll see Ian in the faces of Bravado pushing up, and now Bravado needs to fight them out, as Heroz yet again on a 5 streaks with over a 5 streak with streaks. And this is going to be difficult. They need to stop him, as Heroz just peeking and sliding away.
There we go. Hellstorm again. Hellstorm again. Ian just finding kills around middle. Found 2. Bravado decided to back off towards that B-bomb site to try and keep it, since it's the last one that they have now. Can they hold? I doubt it with Heroz' streaks. But player number 9 playing a bit sneakily right there. He does find a kill. And now the map's reset. Bravado still have control of the B side. Heroz does find a sniper's nest, gets taken out immediately after that. And with wives going in favor of EN, the sniper's nest being called in, I can see this being an EN round, but I wouldn't be surprised if Bravado somehow manages to clutch this. Wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah, not indeed, but Shaaki does have his grenade launcher if he tends to pick or pull it out. Waffle almost getting another one on the hunt now, but Miki does take him out, and I do think this might go to the guys from Ian. Player number 2 is Heroz. If we jump on board with him, he's trying the flank all the way around. Kohvz picking up 2. Rahil has the Annihilator in his hand. He's going to try and pick up Heroz, and he does indeed. And this is where it can get tricky for Ian. They need to take him out, as it's going to be only a 2-man difference between the 2.
Indeed, 2-man difference. And Bravado just, wow. They just made an amazing play. They had Rahil use his Annihilator to take down the sniper's nest. They had Kohvz use his lightning that he got on the 1st or 2nd round, if I'm not mistaken, to, well, clear out the EN players from the backside of B, from their side of B. And now they're trying to hold. That play was great, and that's a play that lower teams practically never make. Use your specialist to destroy score streak. Now, can they hold? They're still at a 2-man disadvantage. Can they hold this B-bomb site with Heroz' streaks?
Yeah, Levkov, huge plays coming behind the 2 players of Ian. At the time is ticking down. Ian has the time against them. They've got the numbers against them. They need to push up as Kohvz pick up Frosty. All red at the moment. Is Heroz going to invest a score streak? It doesn't look like it, as the time is ticking. Only 8 seconds to get to the hill. Levkov making sure Heroz doesn't get there. And it's going to be Shaaki getting taken down from behind. And that's a brilliant control played by Bravado. They were cleaned out right in the beginning with 5 down, and then getting back into this control, making it look easy, and a perfect round there by Bravado.
Perfect round by Bravado. Ian just... They played it wrong after they called a sniper's nest. They got taken out, which is fine. They still had a live advantage. But... not play together? They weren't picking up kills. They weren't trading. They just... I guess they lost control. They might have gotten a little bit too over eager to just push the B-bomb side and get it over with. But, well, Bravado with the smart play, destroying the score streaks, floating out their own score streaks to stop EN. Great round from them. Inferno gets 1 kill with the gravity spikes. Can he get another one?
Yeah, no, it was a good play from Ian, just holding back. They knew the gravity spike would be invested by the guys from Bravado, as Miki is the only one over there. Does get shots into Levkov, but the trades will now come in from the teammates as Frosty pulls out the Tempest, and we know how wacky this thing is online. Doesn't always hit, but the big guy yet again, player number 10, Inferno, going for that flank. Frosty still on top, will now jump into B, but is Inferno gonna read him? As if Frosty does come from behind, does kill him. They need to take care of Frosty, as they don't want him to get any streaks. And it looks good so far for Ian. Heroz investing a streak.
Indeed, he is calling in his L-Storm. He can only find his teammate, which is unfortunate. But the good thing is they still have A-side control. As soon as they clear out this player number 10, Inferno, they will have mid control as well. And now it's a matter of playing your trades right. Heroz is the one at the A side. He does get taken out. Can Bravado break into this? Because they have no streaks, they have no specialists. Levkov might have a scratch this round, but who knows? They only have 12 lives left.
Frosty going absolutely crazy there, but Levkov making it count. Shaaki hits it back with his own 2-piece and puts Bravado on the back foot. But we can see Waffle reading the plays from Bravado, knowing they're going to come over to B as A was shut down. Streaks invested by Heroz, only picking up 1. Time against Bravado, same situation we were last round for Energy Esports, as they now trying to walk away with this one to take this to a round number, I think it is 5. So 5. We'll see now what happens.
Just they have numbers advantage. They have a 12-4 kill lead. Like, it would take a miracle and an absolute one at that for BBD to win this. 2v8.
Only 2 left. I didn't see the players up, but Rahil 26 and 19. The guy is doing it all for Bravado. Unfortunately, not doing everything, but that round goes to Energy Esports. I did say it's going to go all the way to a round number 5. We do see this in control.
Oh boy.
And the big thing for me now is to look at specialists. Who has the specialist and who has the streaks?
Exactly. I'm pretty sure there are no streaks on any of the teams. But Levkov is about to get his crash, or I'm not sure if he got it this round. Can he get it on his 5th round? Yeah, he does have his crash. Now, 3 specialists up for EN, with Miki almost getting his Annihilator. The Tempest will be out of play for this round, almost certainly. On the Bravado specialist, you only have Lithium, who's close to War Machine, but he might not get it.
Heroz yet again with big plays with that gravity slam, making that 200 health not count for Bravado, as it's a good break from Energy Esports, ticking past that, almost past that first ticker, as they try and put this down. Inferno will be challenging, runs around, waiting for one of his teammates, as he does just that, and a good break from Bravado. They going to take it down, right down to that first ticker, and Rahil is the aggressor at the moment, pushing up and now backing down.
is full map control. They're just trying to pin EN into their base. Can they find the kills necessary to just give them a comfortable gap, because they have no more specialists. With now Lithium being taken out, they have no specialists, and Shaaki still has his War Machine. Miki now has his Annihilator. 21 to 17 lives left on the team. No site has been captured by any of the teams, but EN seems to be capturing A. They probably will get it as soon as they clear up this player number 10. Doesn't matter, they get it anyway. Now, with a lives disadvantage, if I'm EN, I gotta play slow, use my War Machine to take the Bravado players out of B. You do see players number 3 and 5 pretty high, pushed up into the Bravado base. They do back down now, but this still means that they have full B control. With the specialist from Miki being pulled out, the Annihilator, it's just, this game might be over now.
Yeah, it does look like it's over. Miki just beaming with an Annihilator, not missing there, as he now tries to pick Inferno with the sword, not taking on that wrong range gunfight, but it is now Shaaki with his grenade launcher or rocket machine or whatever you want to call it, as he is putting the nail in the coffin against Bravado, looking good, taking them out. Waffle taking out his teammate. Lithium, unfortunately, Lithium getting the kill there, but it is Energy Esports victors 3-0 against Bravado Gaming. Heads up, Bravado did have that fill-in from Levkov. Thanks for him for filling in for Bravado, but the 3-0 scoreline for Energy Esports. They are back-to-back champions of the ACGL 2K, and again against Bravado 2-0 in the ACGL Grand Finals of the previous 2 weeks. So good showing from them. GG's to Energy Esports. Bravado, Edgar, what you looking for if you had Bravado going back to the board?
Going back to the board, I'm looking for, well, in the first hardpoint, the gridwalk hardpoint, just play out the trades together better on the rotation from the 3rd to the 4th hill. Like they didn't hold the spawn that well, and even when they did, they just didn't get the trades going around mid map and around the hill, the 4th hill, to just win them that map. Obviously, Heroz' streaks and his huge like 14 kill streak helped basically solidify the win on that map by EN. But if I'm Bravado, I'm just making sure that I'm playing as fast as possible, but with as much teamwork as possible.
Yeah, I think it's another thing to mention. Bravado Inferno playing off his hotspot. He's not home currently. Doing what needs to be done for his team, making sure he's online. So he's only back tomorrow, and Bravado will be back full power from tomorrow. Inferno back home, Scorpio back there playing for the team. Still waiting for that announcement to drop, actually. Waiting for Bravado to drop their announcement of their pickup. Then Energy Esports looking good, making a clean sweep here in this HDL 2K. 3-0 to EN. GG's to them. GG's to Bravado, again making their way into this grand final. Just falling short, but good showing from both these teams. To everyone in the stream, thanks yet again for pitching in. Thanks for bringing the stream to over 60 viewers at one point, so thanks a lot for that. Thanks for all the retweets and all the comments, and it's always my pleasure bringing this casting stream to you. It's obviously very fun for me to do, love doing it. And then to Edgi, yet again, thanks for you putting off time to join me.
Yes, it's always fun, always.
And guys, I will check you. Yeah, definitely. Thanks again. And guys, I'll check you this week again. We've got VS Gaming ending tomorrow. What's the date? It is the 27th. VS Gaming does end today. If you haven't played your VS Gaming games, you have to get them in today. I know the VS Gaming site is down. Get on Discord, submit your scores that way. ACGL of Metal State, you still have to do until Sunday next week, if I'm not mistaken. But a big way to go. By the way, it's 2-2 Delray. 2-2 in what way? But for now, guys. I'll check you guys next time, and cheerio.